Hey, this is Steph. I'm actually getting ready to do my first day with Lyft. I think I'm just gonna drive for Lyft tonight because I have a guarantee to meet, which, by the way, if you're signing up for either Lyft or Uber, I will leave my referral code at the bottom and that will help you get either a guarantee or a bonus. So make sure you use that, and it also helps me out, so thank you. I am right now ridiculously nervous. I think unreasonably nervous. I don't know why. I originally thought that I wanted to try to drive when it wasn't kind of peak time, but here I am at 6 o'clock on a Friday. I think Lyft doesn't count your first 10 reviews, so we should probably be okay. All right, I feel like I have my car all set up and ready to go. I have these little signs that I got off Amazon. I think they're pretty cool. I also got a multi-charger off Amazon. And then, of course, I have a car mount. I am actually getting ready to go to the gas station and completely fill up my tank. I'm thinking that that will help me get an accurate representation of how much I'm actually making. Unfortunately, my car takes premium gas, which that kind of sucks, but I think I get pretty good gas mileage. Oh, so nervous. But I will check back in with you later and let you know how everything's going. Well, hello, I am back, and 3 rides later, it says that I've made $25 with my 3 rides. My very first ride, it was a kind of intoxicated middle-aged man. We were talking about my business. I ended up giving him one of my business cards, and then once he realized he had my number, he asked if he could call and harass me. So probably have a number that I'm going to need to be blocking here very soon. So note to self, do not give my business card to drunk men. My second ride was a couple that they were really nice. It was easy. And then my third ride was a older couple that actually asked me if I had a card where they could call me directly because they thought I did a great job. I don't really know how to do that. I don't know if that's a thing even. So anyways, I think I'm going to turn this back on and take some more rides. I'll let you know if anything weird happens. Hopefully not. I don't know why I expect something weird to happen. See you in a bit. All right, guys, so it is 1 a.m. I have currently been driving for 5 hours and 10 minutes according to the Lyft app. I did have a goal to meet $100 tonight, and I've hit that. I'm currently at 112. Looks like I have $80, $81 in earnings and $30 in tips, which seems really pretty good to me. I did have one guy tip me like $16 on, I think it was a $5 ride. So that's kind of impressive, and it sort of makes me want to tell everyone that it's my first day indefinitely, which I know I'm not going to be able to do that, but I'm sure that's probably just some first day luck. It would be nice if I kept getting tips like that. Now, I did start driving at 6:30, and Lyft says I've only been driving for 5 hours and 10 minutes. Technically, I've been working for 6.5 hours. I've taken a couple breaks. I think I'm drinking maybe a lot of water, so I've had some random bathroom breaks. I did go into King Soopers at one point to grab a couple things. So maybe I need to work on my breaks a little bit. So yeah, so far 6.5 hours, $112. That only works out to be $17 an hour, which in my opinion is not great. So that's $22 an hour if I go by the time that I was actually logged into the Lyft app. I mean, there were a few points where I turned it off and I was trying to drive back towards a better location, which I don't know if that's the best practice. I ended up in the middle of nowhere at one point. I'm actually in Colorado driving, and I'm not far from Denver, but I ended up like 45 minutes south of Denver. So I don't know if that's just maybe bad luck, or if that's not that big of a deal, but to me, it didn't seem like it was a great location to be in. Denver is currently surging right now, or I guess it's prime time, according to Lyft. I think what I'm gonna do is probably just turn my app on and start heading towards Denver and see what happens. As far as I know, I don't think you're really supposed to be chasing the the prime time, the high demand areas. I think I'm just gonna keep going. I have a little bit more time in me. I do feel a little crispy right now. My butt does not feel great. I'm not used to sitting for this long. It's funny because the last ride I was on, the lady told me that I should do Kegels while I drive. Which is funny because she was with her husband. It was just some middle-aged couple, but she was talking about Kegels on their way home. But maybe it's not a bad idea. I think that I'm just gonna have to hit the gym a little more with all this sitting because I was bartending before. I have a feeling that I'm gonna notice the effects of sitting so long. Probably next time you see me, I'm gonna be filling up my tank and really get a feel for how much I actually made today. Okay, see ya. My butt hurts so bad right now. I did some math to try to figure out how well I did today. I went to the gas station and did fill up my tank so I could see exactly how much I spent in gas today. I just want to be as accurate as possible. Here's where I ended according to the Lyft app. I made $149.11. I drove for 6 hours and 45 minutes and I made $36.34 in tips, which is pretty good considering my fares were $111 and $52. That's roughly like 33%, I think, which is pretty dang good. I wonder if that's just a fluke because it was my first day and I was telling people that, or if I'm actually going to continue to get tips that good. I kind of feel like it's a fluke, but I guess we're gonna see, aren't we? So the only issue I have here is, like I said, according to Lyft, I drove 6 hours and 45 minutes. Well, in reality, I drove I can't say that I drove. I was kind of working for 8.5 hours. I did take some breaks and maybe I took too long on my breaks. That's something that maybe I need to work on. I gave myself like some leeway and said that I had an hour break because I felt like that seemed reasonable. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say that in total today I worked for 7.5 hours. The total that I made would be $154.11. Now that comes down to $20.54 an hour, which is not bad. Now I feel like I need to take gas into consideration, especially since I spent almost $30 in gas, $27.95 in gas. After I take that out of my rate for the day, I actually am walking away with 16.82 per hour. Ouch. I personally, it's all relative. I think that for me, that's not great. I was kind of expecting somewhere in that range to begin with, so it's not like I didn't know what I was getting myself into. I guess the way that I view driving, sure, I could run out, I could get another bartending job, I could make a lot more than this and my life would be easier. But at the same time, I have a portrait photography business. It is giving me flexibility that I wouldn't have with bartending. And also, I felt like it was really easy for me to be complacent with bartending and kind of push my photography business to the side. And I don't want that. I ultimately want to go full time with photography. And if I feel a little bit uncomfortable financially, then maybe that would push me to try harder with my business and then actually, be able to take myself full time. I'm hoping that I can survive off this. We will see. So Denver is a very expensive place to live, and $16, $17 an hour is, that's not great here. That's really not very good at all. So if you plan to sign up for Lyft or Uber, please do use my referral code in the description box. It will get you either a guarantee or a sign-on bonus, and it also helps me out. So I think that's about it for me. I am pretty spent. I'm gonna go to bed, and I will let you know how day 2 of Lyft goes. All right, bye.